somebody with special talent. I didn't even know about it myself until this report. But first, for the record, let me give you my definition of what art is. Now, art is the creation of something beautiful from nothing.
You know, we perform in this motherfucker.
They say it's a quiet one, so you have to watch out for.
And if you notice, I ain't said shit for a couple minutes now.
In this year smeared with hate, meant to deface, I break through the base to trace what was misplaced. Passing by ego inflation, the wasting of enhancement in music. Endless possibilities, my sound causes most to lose it, only to find themselves amazed by their discovery. Unheard of, unusually unseen beyond recovery, due to a life most wouldn't be able to even spectate. It's a wonder I'm still around, I disrespect fate. Grab it by the throat, this one's for those with low hope. Think you're alone, I'm most wantless, I receive no vote. Faces smirk, fingers type opinion meant to decline. Whatever motivation I might have to invent a rhyme. Back turn front and center with the mic in my grip, refusing to back away from those who don't look right with it. Let me show you, don't know you but aware of your kind. Confusing craft and raw lines with all the products you buy, or the enemies defeated on the street with heat. I laugh when tough guys trip and stumble over the beat. Straight up weak at the peak of being bleak. You speak out of turn, destined to be seen as obsolete. Forget lit, sometimes I sit so high and confused that I just can't remember what style to use. The angry one was plainly done by so many before, and the party vibe limits how much you can explore. Word usage, also known as subject matter. So many other rappers find that concept tough to gather.
Yeah, bitch, I told you you can get it, bitch. I told you gonna be able to get it, don't even worry about it.
I print my dusty-minded thoughts upon a paper for none in return. So for some sort of pay towards other rewards we turn respect. Although a check amounts to more, I can't evaporate. I'd rather be known for how I make my contribution. I'm a redwood institution, crucial in critical times. Madness is no longer illusion. For now I sift through what past artists left in place of their presence. I just ignore all disbelief in the essence and walk the street on beat, speaking to a rhythm. Outside looking around, tripped out by all the visions. It's nice to see the mic and me mesh with no protesting. I simply slide inside the venue untouched with no protection. Vibrate my state, see another way of limitless flow that goes where they won't criticize what the finish is. In a way strange how the world revolves, a flame hard to just let dissolve, all unsolved. Cold and seen, it's one dimension I seem to feel at home in. Earns me no credit with the leaders board yet chosen to somehow rep the culture, just capture a small audience who'd rather not befriend fraudulence. Accounted for, I sounded more like what they used to, as opposed to current trends. Blend my version of absolute truth with a twisted smile. My style hard to define, more like a last-ditch effort at not losing my mind.
Of course. Why?
Because it's real. How can I know? How?
Yes, how? Help me out here. Please. How?
What is the one thing about this country that bugs you the most? Well, I don't know. I don't follow political issues that closely, sir. I don't know. Oh, well, there must be something.
I'm rummaging through myself for inspiration. I'm summoning all that I have for this declaration. The music I make takes on a whole other form, not an extension of the voice, more like a shape for the storm. You might see what's coming for you, but unaware of impact, which can only mean brace yourself when I begin to extract twisted notions in this ocean of supposed water walkers. Nothing to believe in, outcomes can be shockers. To either energize or rise or falter with your effort. Rap drives most of them to lie, an avid collector of unwanted struggle. Here, hold this bundle while I take the mic. Most can't even fake it right, you know, an ache for sight. Not to mention the ears, which was what this was all meant to be. Everything is imagined, that finance affects phonetically. These characters can hold weight, but not the kind I carry, cause mine's the type to break if your mind is buried by burdens, grudges, frustration with judges. At all times, the ones that greet you, rather sluggish, but faster blast a bolt of hate. So I take my anger, channel it, more like challenge it, manage it, vanish it with fathomless expressive sessions. Help me not feel so pressed in someone else's suggestion, to not be led and they were destined. I just reveal what I feel, not fearing backlash, cause if I did I'd hide my true self. You can't take that back, let it be known that mic wasn't your own, it was alone. Give it back, your lowness, and retreat to your throne.
Notice anything?
No.
You put your glasses on.
Okay, just a minute. Alright.
A mind of this kind can be lethal if used improperly. Samples of this sort awkwardly make your keyboard obsolete, at least for the moment. Allow another to abbreviate. Long-winded rhymers discover uneven fate. Written to music so digesting won't be so grueling. Set up my schooling on the block, you swear you're ruling. Take a whole, break the mold rather than recreate an old hit from the past. It doesn't last, it just whacks. Some say they sold so many units, look past that. They could have trashed that supposed hit after a few listens back to the rack for less than half price. Nice way to exist as a writer, collecting dust surrounded by a cast of overnighters. No sensation would mention apprehension taints the next release. Used to want it all, now despair lessens the reach.
You know what I'm saying? 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 You know what I'm saying?
What do I know? I mean, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know, maybe I don't know either.
Meant to be.
He fought so hard there was nothing left, but still he did not fall. Let us bend a knee to his glorious memory.
You know why?
Ask this question: who has the strength to further the progressiveness? The mild manner track overlap specialist. Move through expressways at top speed with my focus and set, aimed and locked on the intuition opening. Hardware supply, downloading the input pieces. Puzzle material misled minds who seem to think it's all about that, mixed with the artificial flavor and highest degree of thought altering alternatives. Major in dynamic digital production, head of the class statistics. Exit my interior over captivating audio mixed with correct vibes inside what guides the rhyming think tank. I've opened an account with an amount undisclosed, don't think bank. Strong structure form, I bet you couldn't put a dent in me. What's the use when you yourself can't even find your identity? The search is lost, treasure the existence I was given. No exception to the rule, time is the tool I use to live in. The institution make escape, no security mode and mindless malice. I touch ground with sound and walk around my worldly palace, thinking to myself if the process goes untouched, I could further my ability, letting go of the much. Held on to style, my movement blurs the hazy vision. See through the eyes of spies, working on the disposition. Stand firm and manage the work that lies ahead of me, and exemplify the figure I eventually was meant to be. The music I make takes on a whole other form. The music I make takes on a whole other form. Not an extension of the voice, more like a shape for the storm. Thought process, rhyme form, fluid vital tendencies. Released through peace of mind to bind a path of longevity. Witness the breakdown of model misconception in my presence. Essentially armed with what it takes to electrify lessons. Through through the stressful boundaries. I motivate my movement, using microphones to reach the much desired self-improvement. Seasons change, adjustment to fit, I seem to quit. I manipulate vocabulary driven by the gift of feeling I'm revealing loud and clear to the public. Intoxicants lead to confusion about a vast amount of subjects. Stumble through a corridor with access that's unlimited, but when the spell is lifted, what's left is the equivalent of not much to work with. A vocal vent from my frustration, no justification for my studies in aviation. The rhythm takes hold, I'm in the grip with no resistance. Restriction from venomous passages, relinquish in an instant. Impaired passages make packages of false assumption. Unlike counterfeit scripts, I choose to use more than just something resembling tampered artistry. It's hard for me, cause I reach toward higher planes that signify what's hard to see for those that stagger. I'd rather unlock but first invent the key and exemplify the figure I eventually was meant to be.
This is no ordinary place. It is a place where many roads and many lives intersect. It is appropriate that we meet here today because these are not ordinary times. We meet at a crossroads in history. But subsequent investigation showed that they are very fascinating indeed in the changes that they produce in our mental state. It was found that these substances could produce a change in mental state closely resembling some forms of insanity.
The pace kept, I don't waste breath. I won't embrace theft or what someone else may have left. For ears to hear the flame around my name sears in a fast way. Don't contribute to my bad day. I look at rap like I have to slay any second I have on the stage we call earth. And powerful amounts feel the words bounce from hood to turf. Anything in between gets treated identically. And your list of rappers wrongfully dismissed, mention me upward bound. Cause this low, there's nowhere else to flow. At least if you got the nerve to be heard, well it goes bad and good. Ugly outcomes rest in the mind of the beholder. You might have a message, but the point should be bolder. Capital in case the lower brings you down a notch. Attraction with spoken abstraction might sound off. So my sights on magnify, asking myself how to go about attacking the track in front of me minus an obvious route. I heard it's all been said and done by the worst and best, so I attempt to hit the mind and not hurt the flesh. A tactic done by some, an art forgotten by most. Used to be practiced at home and on the opposite coast. Before we all know what occurred, the word slurred by motives. Alternative to past lessons, survival or to be noticed. Where I walk, loud rappers crumble under the silent fury. Why judge without a jury? See me execute my worries without a glance, slight chance of accuracy. Into the batter's box I step to strike the mic that you'll see. This is clear, all static, destined to disappear. Creative conductor, unsure of my chosen career. It doesn't seem to profit the pocket, which can split the spark. Now we see erasers' faces next to fit the part. Acting results in a trip to the cutting room. No resistance, all motivation was just consumed. Complaints contain no value. Now you wonder if it matters. Time starts to kill itself, frustration gathers. The ache is in my head to make it go away. Concentrate on using writing tools, coming up with something for display. The hardest line for me to write is almost always the first one. Lost in the crowd with the style, another person. Mainly what I've learned in life, how to speak out. Extend using that pen in hand, I reach out. Sounds raggedy to me, rhymes dive into the beat. Need no venue to continue, plug my mic into the street. Concrete on beats when I rain, it soaks through pores. Leaving lasting impressions, imposing threats forevermore. Should've wore protective gear, now seems to be the move. To disrespect what you hear, rather than reach to improve. You can't get it here, it's just not worth having. How can it be or established when you blindly imagine yourself much better than you actually seem to be? Ceremony master, what does it mean to be more than decoration for whatever format possible? Make sure it's heard, see catchphrases as an obstacle. Skilled at my specialty, no need to rework this. Put all I have inside every letter. Power surges through me when I do these writtens in or outside a booth. It's an escape from it all, no walls, it's how I use anger management. I benefit from negative stress, finding blessing from messes. I better just rest. Caught up in the machine, seems the mainstream can sink even the most respected fame fiends daydream. Guess it was my choice to fly. Big picture scene, still I magnify. They say I just won't make it, I have to try. If that's a lie, you'll have a chance to rhyme after mine. And that's how we do. Raggedy sounds, spectacular, profound. What's up, Yak?
that's been going on since the beginning of time. And it's gonna continue straight ahead till somebody up there turns out the lights on this small planet.
I never make it a practice of stepping into nobody's business. Because I learned a long time ago, the most you get is stepping into shit. But I'll lay this one thing on you.
Too many people saying words that rhyme, putting phrases together, not worth an underline. I figure, fine, it's the way of the bay. Most likely no matter where it is, you stay today. Ambition strays towards a seemingly easy way of earning cash and reputation, but most diving without learning or receiving basic training. No time for naming the overflow. Some fools with packaged products sound like they started a week ago, and I can't help them. Well, here goes my one sole attempt. Don't attempt to reason if you're not seasoned. Be held in contempt, quickly drop without a thought of doing otherwise. In fact, embrace the force as I uncover why. Top of the line might leave you shining squeaky clean, but also exposes the flaws lying in between what we scream from the peak of a punk. Stood up and sunk, stuck on stun. I won't break funds for anyone to rap on what I've become. A sonic landscape takes the pain away momentarily. It returns, attempted to put a tear in me, but I won't rip, at least not until I've said my piece of history out loud, what you might need in a time of grief. My expression isn't just for myself, although I really don't know if it will reach someone else. My expression isn't just for myself, although I really don't know if it will reach someone else.
You only get the credit where the credit is due. You only get the credit where the credit is due. So listen, what I shout out is true.
I'm a West Coast soldier who doesn't need camouflage. Burn bridges all my life, now I cannot cross. So I spend my time on developing tolerance, learning how to keep track of where all my dollars went. Senseless action leads to pain and confusion. My rhymes spill out of my mental institution. The beat is boosting my morale towards the ceiling. I'm healing myself, cause feeling bad just isn't appealing. I'm hooked, it's a musical dependency. Avoid friendly enemies, cause they wanna put a dent in me. Struck that soloist groups are only made to break up. Steadily I concentrate, tape decks I shake up. When given a chance, I struggle just for a glance. I rhyme with my shirt on and can't quite dance, but I advance past that stage, I adjust not to fit in. I'm the only outsider who isn't trying to get in.
I guess the lesson is you are what you preach. I guess the lesson is you are what you preach.